we are back. This is a podcast. This is the Artist Only podcast. I am here today with a homie of mine. He will pull up shortly. His name is Frank Alvin. You should learn about him. I'm excited for you to learn about him. I'm excited to talk to him. I haven't talked to him in a while. Um, and if you're new to this is a podcast. I am not much of a speaker, but I am a listener and a learner, and I love having good conversations with people and talking to people about their art. So this is what we do. This is what we're going to keep doing. We're going to talk about some art. I'm going to give him some time. He said 12:45, so he has some time to come in here. Um, but yeah, today we're talking to a rapper and a poet. So we are going to learn some beautiful things about the words and the process. I need to like close some things on my computer so it does not die. That would be all bad. Make sure this is all good. Ooh, we got a friend in the building.
What up?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, good. Good to see you.
Likewise. I don't think I've
Good.
seen you since I met.
Since we recorded, yeah. So backstory. I met Frank Alvin one day. I was going to the studio in Pleasanton, Sound Village, and I think I had plans to record. So I pulled up. I had a song that I had written like the day before. It was very like, or maybe 2 days before, something like that. I forget, but it was all a very like quick process. I hope I can. Am I seeing? I don't know. It might be a little janky. Um, but we, long story short, I pull up. I have some lyrics. I'm like, I want to record this song. Silky was there. He had a beat. I was writing, or I wrote to his beat. And then I was like, we had just met. And I'm like, hey, do you want to hop on this song? P.S. It's like about something really dark, but are you about it? And you were instantly about it. I
Yep.
went in, recorded my parts. By the time I came out, he had a whole verse and laid down his verse, and we finished the day with like a beautiful track.
That was crazy.
First day. That was crazy. It was so beautiful though.
Yeah, I
And it
agree.
was so healing for me. So thank you so much for doing that. We need to put that song out. I'm sorry I have not like been on Silky to make sure we put that song out, but we got to put that song out.
I agree. I agree.
Beautiful. In the spirit of mental health, there's a lot of like mental health discussions going on right now. And yeah, so that's how we met. But tell the people who you are.
Yeah, my name is Frank Alvin. Nice to be here today with you, Danielle. Thank you. I'm an artist out of Fremont, Hayward, California. I'm
Love,
Central
love.
American. I'm Belizean. And I've been at my artistry now for a little bit over a decade. I would say probably the last 12 years or so. I started out just writing music to beats and whatnot I would find on YouTube. And then I was like, you know what? I gotta learn how to produce my records so that I can take the middleman out and also not have to pay anybody for um, creating what I want to create. You know what I mean? So yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
started doing that. I started getting into videography, which is also expensive to continue to put out videos. Making music is not a cheap artistry at all, in regard to the time that is put into it, and you have to work for quite some time to really see your ROI, and you can't quit. You know what I mean? So,
Tell the people you're not even going deep into it. You
um,
produce beautiful content. So you have to know how to do that, know how to edit stuff, know how to color correct and do all that. Plus, you have to know how to do ads, set up, like tell the people what you do. They don't
Yeah,
know the work that goes into it
you're right.
behind the scenes.
Yeah, I guess so starting with music, the production of a beat, there's a lot that goes into that. The drums, the melody, the chords. Funny story, for the longest time I was not producing in a scale. I was just producing from what sounded good to my ears, which I ended up making a lot of great stuff coming from a piano playing background. And once I stepped into understanding the use of how to properly um, architect music with a scale, things changed. You know what I mean? Um,
Hmm.
the flow became a little bit easier. I started picking up on stuff more and just noticing things and things becoming a lot more clear. And then there's the writing piece of that, which sometimes I have a record that's fully written that has no beat. Sometimes I have a beat but no words, you know what I mean? So, um, you know, being able to wear many hats and code switch without um losing any momentum, you know what I mean? Because you can definitely switch modes and potentially lose momentum, but it's a practice, and the more you practice, you continue to make improvements. From there, I was like, you know what? I need videos. We're in a visual age, and you need that to be able to put yourself out there. If nobody sees you, you're kind of this ghost that nobody knows unless you're this big time record producer where you just, start seeing names of producers and understanding their work. But I was like, I need to start, doing videos. So I teach myself Final Cut, which translated to me learning how to use other softwares as well. They all essentially do the same thing, just do it differently, right?
Hmm.
And learning how to edit, learning how to color grade and color correct, and eventually just continuing to put this entire package together. I started getting invested in cameras and different sounds for my production, different effects. It's such a rabbit hole, and it's a rabbit hole that continue. It's shoot. I would even dare call it a black hole. You know what I mean? Because it's pretty endless. You know. So, yeah, that is what I do. I make the music. I make the visual content. I create my cover art. I just do everything that I can to where there's not a middleman. Not to say that I don't appreciate a team, because that definitely makes things easier. But in a real way, at least for me, I had to learn how to become a jack of all trades to expedite and move things along without having to wait on people.
Yep. I know that. I
Yeah.
feel that.
So,
Yeah. I have a question.
yeah.
So you have a lot of music out there. What do you feel is your most vulnerable project?
Battle scars. Um, in battle scars and smooth. Battle scars is a very personal song where I'm kind of diving into my life. Actually, there's another song when I was releasing music on SoundCloud. So I would say three. I forget the name of the other record, but that one, Battle Scars and Smooth. Battle Scars is uh, me taking a deep dive into just what's going on with me, you know what I'm saying? While also explaining that even though I'm going through these things that are giving me these scars, while I'm going through these battles, I'm still, out here, you know what I mean? So, and I'll let the listeners know that off rip, you know what I mean? Fly nigga, Independent Day, Independence Day, willing a jet, you know what I'm saying? I've been doing soul searching, healthy spirit checks. You know what I mean? So the whole going from Fly to Will Smith in a jet. If you've never seen Independence Day, go watch that. And then
That's not the only bar that has that much depth, though. You do that in every song.
yeah, I appreciate that.
Those are your favorite bars, though.
A few of them. I'm just I'm talking about going through the top of the song, you know what I mean, and making my way down. But soul searching, I've been doing healthy spirit checks. So Spirit is an airline. Your spirit, your soul searching.
Mm.
The line before that was about flying. Like it's a lot happening, you know what I mean? But if you're not listening to it with that level of, I'm gonna even say intellect, or wanting to understand what it is that I'm saying, it's not gonna click.
So
You know?
that's why I want to do this, because there's so much depth behind the words, and I think artists put so much intention. They think about stuff, they know exactly what they want to say, and they like, we are saying something that we think matters, and a lot of times it goes over people's heads. They don't hear it, they don't know what we are even remotely trying to say. They just want to dance.
Yep,
So you when you have these conversations, people can hear and learn what goes behind what the vibe of the song, right? Like, these conversations matter
I
because
agree.
people don't know.
I agree,
You
and
got to go deeper.
it's way different. Composing certain pieces like such versus your club banger where they talking about having a good time, or what it feel like to be lit, what it look like to be lit. It's a lot of music out there with a whole ton of depth, and um, it is a business. It's a money making business. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of segueing here. I feel like for me, one of the challenges that I'm looking to always um, overcome is, how do I blend what I want to say with being marketable? You know what I mean? So,
Mm.
and I slowly but surely continue to understand how I do that for me. You know what I mean? It's like you can make a slapper and still get your message out there. You know what I mean? I find myself in the inner workings of taking a vibe that I know people are going to bob their heads to, while saying stuff they can relate to while relating to myself. You know what I mean? It's like a little holy trinity. So, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think you do that. I feel like you do that
Uh,
successfully.
I
The
appreciate.
marketing part is hard, though.
Mhm. It is.
I think that's what a lot of us struggle with.
Yeah, I mean, it you got to pay to play too, you know? Because I see so much stuff where you could have a number one record right now, but if it's not marketed properly and or nobody knows about this record, then good luck.
Hmm.
Um, and the marketing is where it's at. You know what I mean? Which is why platforms have, you can advertise on every single platform. You want to pay for X amount of views on TikTok, you could do that. You can set up a campaign on TikTok. You can set up a campaign on Instagram, Google, YouTube, Facebook. You know what I mean? Like that's where it's at. And marketing is also in the form of collaboration. You know what I mean? That's another important part of marketing, because you're by collaborating, you are placing yourself in a whole different market of people that don't know you. You know what I mean? So you and I have a project where collaborators on that. My audience now gets to see who you are, and vice versa. Your audience gets to see who I am, and I never know, and you never know who in whose audiences will lead you to whoever it is that needs to hear you. That will lead you to your next opportunity. So it's a game. It's a game, and you have to continue to develop that part of your game, if you plan to and would like to be compensated for your art.
The compensation. It's so hard.
Yeah. If it was easy, everybody would do it. You know what I'm saying?
It's so
Um,
not easy.
it's not. And there's a lot of people who, are on, but they've marketed themselves to where they are in the right rooms, they're around the right people, they're doing the right things.
And it paid to get into those spaces.
Sometimes you got to pay to play. If that means that an artist is gonna be at this party and it costs $30 to go to that party, then you're investing in creating a connection and building your network. That's the name of the game. You know what I mean? Um, your gift is meant to be given. A and B. If you're not in the room where your gift is going to be received, you're in the wrong room. If I'm a barber and I'm in a room full of people who have nice haircuts, I need to be in a room where people need haircuts.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
So how do you build community? How are you building community currently? I know that's not a question
So
I sent you.
showing up, you know what I mean? And showing up at events, honestly. Like, if I get the energy that this is a type of event where a lot of people who share a similar interest in me are going to be, um, then it's going to be conducive for me to be there. Figuring out how to have conversations, um, creating relationships, you know what I mean? Checking out other people's stuff, actually, you know what I mean? Um, you have a lot of power to build your own community of people. And the more you put that energy out there, the more it's going to come back to you, you know? For example, and sometimes you got to build community within yourself first. Me, myself, and I is a very real thing. If all of y'all are in line with each other, that energy is going to radiate, you know? It has no
I'm
choice.
feeling that. That's a gem right there.
It's facts, you know what I mean? Um,
Because a lot of people are scared to be seen because they don't even want to look at themselves.
you may be good with me, but what's up with myself and I? How they doing? You know? And when all y'all is cool, people see that.
Yeah.
People see that and things start to pull towards you. And even when you're not good, because you are solid at your core, you know what I mean? You're still going to attract those things. The world is going to work with you, not against you. You know what I mean? It's a very real thing, this energy thing. People be energy, 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 but they don't ever really discuss the meat and potatoes sometimes of, what that means. And it's your spirit. You know what I mean? How does Danielle feel today? How does Frank Alvin feel today? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
And you radiate whatever that energy is on stage because there's certain people that you see on stage and you maybe don't connect with them as well.
right.
And then there's certain people that you see on stage and you're like, oh my God, I want to be like them. It's like, what is it? It's their energy. It's something that you can't exactly explain, but you could feel it.
100%. 100%. Bruce Lee said it best. Don't think, feel. You know what I mean? It's a very real thing. Very, very real thing.
I feel like you hella learned that in martial arts. Tell the people.
Yeah, I've been practicing jujitsu now for the past 5 years. Um, Combat is a very interesting thing, and you can tell so much about a person by how they conduct themselves in a combative situation. There's people that get very antsy, or you have your people that are very calm. while being presented with this problem, for lack of a better word, because you're always problem solving. When I'm on the mat, I have issues down there. You know what I mean? Somebody might be rubbing their forearm into my face, or you know, uh,
You say it so casually, but it's real. Y'all are like very
yeah,
intimate.
yeah, very. Somebody might be driving their knee into your sternum, your belly. Uh, you might be on the cusp of being completely strangled, and you're looking for that centimeter of air. You know what I mean? Um, but you get to a point in martial arts where you don't have to think. You're just feeling, and you're just going with what you feel, because at the end of the day, that um, holds a precedence that thinking does not. You know what I mean? So don't think, feel. Very real.
Do you think jujitsu taught you that, or being an artist taught you that, or is it just something that came? I don't know what I'm asking,
I
but
think I knew, not to cut your wisdom, I think I knew it as an artist, but being in that physical realm, it confirmed it.
mm,
100%.
this is
100%.
why you gotta have hobbies. Like as an
Yep.
artist, you gotta have hobbies because it helps you understand how to, I don't know, transmute, alchemize the things, to portray the things. Does that
It's
make
all,
sense?
I agree. It's all art, martial art. You know what I mean? So, uh, but also too, what's really important though is if you're actually looking for that though. If you're not intentionally seeking how something may benefit you, then you're never going to get the message. A lot of people go through jujitsu or martial art being very spazzy with their energy, and until they understand that you can be just as effective slowing down and being in control, they will never grow to where it is that they're trying to get to. Slow motion
I
is
think
better.
you have a leg up though because you're a writer.
Say more.
Hmm?
Say more.
Like I feel like it's easier for you to step into a space like jujitsu that's more calculated and patient and based on feeling and all that stuff because you're a writer. You're gonna be better at slowing down. You're gonna be better at setting intentions, reading intentions. All the things that make you a great writer probably make you good at jujitsu.
I've never made a correlation before, because when I
But
am
hearing you talk about it, it
uh, when I am sitting down and I'm writing, it is very intentional, and sometimes it's not always, you know, I'm not always flying through a song. There are records that have taken me a long time to write.
mm,
Um,
which ones? Which ones? That's one of my questions. I always love asking what was the hardest, like what was hella hard to get through? What took you, what did you like erase and go back and be like, nah, this isn't right. I need to do this.
I've done that with a few records, but I would say Battle Scars was one of them, for sure. Because sometimes it's like, well, how do I want to explain this next line? You know what I mean? And make it gel with what I just said previously. You know, um, that is truly something that requires practice. The more you write, the more I'm on the mat, the better I'm going to become and more confident I'm going to become in my abilities. You know, there's this thing in jujitsu, it's called mat time. When you spend time on the mat, you start to see things, notice things, feel things, Same thing with writing. Like, oh, I didn't know I could rhyme that word with that word, or go from this cadence to that cadence, or you know, switch this beat to do this at this point versus that point. You know what I mean? It's all with execution. If you're out here just thinking the whole time and you're not executing anything, then you're never really gonna know or grasp if your thoughts actually work. You um, a faith without works is
10,000 hours, right?
man. Hey, I for sure have spent 10,000 hours, definitely within a decade for sure, and that's why I feel like I'm at a point where,
Stay on the
excuse me,
go.
I'm at a point where I can get into certain sessions and just fly. You know what I mean? It took me a lot of inner workings and whatnot to be able to pull up to a session where I've never heard a beat a day in my life, and
And
I'm
boom.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So you got to put in that work.
It's a muscle. Everybody always says it's a muscle. You have to get your work or your reps in.
Hmm. Yes, indeed.
So, what's the song that you feel came together start to finish the fastest since you put that muscle to work?
Damn. Uh, I got a few of them. I'm not
Like
gonna.
produced a beat in 10 minutes. Type. I mean, maybe not 10 minutes, but like produced a beat hella fast, wrote to it hella fast.
You know what? Uh, I'm working on something right now. It's a sample, and honestly, I it came together quick, and I have this term. I call it creative capitalism. When you're in a creative space and the energy is going, you gotta capitalize on that because that energy may not be the same if you stop.
It's when you're in flow state.
Yeah, stay there. Stay there till it's done. Stay there as long as you can. And sometimes it can be frustrating, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't no telling how long you gonna be there for real. No telling how long you gonna be there, but you there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, let's go to the grocery store and get X, Y, and Z. But there's also a need for A, B, C, D, E, F. We already at the grocery store. Why leave and come back? Nah, we just gonna take care of this one time. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, staying in that flow state, staying in that creative space, and capitalizing on that when you're in that space. Very
And
important.
question, do you have any like rituals or anything that you use to get into flow state, or can you just like turn it on like instantly? What
I
do you do
feel
to get
like
in the zone?
it's fleeting for me, to be honest. Like, I don't have any rituals. I'm not like, oh yeah, if I rub my knuckles together, you know,
I
I'm a
carry crystals in my fanny pack, so I do have my rituals. I can't really.
I can't say that I've ever done something that was like, oh yeah, I gotta do this every time to get the same yield. But nah, I would say shit. I have moments where things are not coming easily to me, and then out of nowhere, I'm just bam, 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 bam. You know what I'm talking about? And sometimes you just gotta do the work to get back to whatever state that's in. You know what I'm saying? But life happens, emotions change, feelings change, vibes change, and you're gonna find yourself where the vibes is good, vibrations is high, and you could fly, and then it's a whole nother avenue of um, discipline to be able to perform when things are not performing for you. You know what I mean? Like it's all quite unique. Yeah, no one thing is the same.
I do find though, if I go into a performance and I'm not feeling it, Like I remember one time I had a show and I hadn't had a show with a band for a long time, and I doing the show and I was literally throwing up before going on stage, not because of like nerves or anything, but because I had a tetanus shot the day before or something. And I felt like shit, but as soon as I started singing the songs, I like healed in that moment, and for that time being I was healed. So it's one of those like you could not be in the right state of mind for it and force yourself to do the thing, but also doing the thing will help you get out of that
Hundred
state of
percent.
mind.
I feel like I get stage fright still every time I get up to go do something. It don't matter
I
if
get
it's
stage fright to talk. I don't get stage fright to sing though.
it could be 10 people there, 50. You know what I mean? Whatever, because I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit.
And no,
So
I know that part for sure, for sure. I get more scared to talk in between songs. Like I get nervous to talk, but I'm
mm,
like, I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm just gonna sing because I don't know what to say right now.
oh, for
That's
real,
why I'm doing this though. I'm trying to get more comfortable talking because I'm not good at that part, but I want to get good at that part. So
practice make improvements.
exactly, I'm trying to get my hours in. I'm
Yeah,
very shy. So I'm like, I need to start talking because I got to come on the internet and talk to people to get them to listen to my music. So
man.
why not talk to other people about their music? How about that?
Every everybody wins. Yeah.
Boom. Ta-da. So what keeps you going?
To live what I imagine and live what I visualize, and it's possible. You know what I mean? But you gotta keep going because it's gonna be a lot of days where you like, hey, it's this shit, it's not working. You know what I mean? I feel like that right now. Shit. You know what I mean? Like, did I waste my time doing like nah, you didn't. You know what I
No,
mean? You
you
just you just
should
gotta
keep
you just gotta
going.
keep going until what you see, what you saw, what you imagined, what you felt happens. It's very possible. You know what I mean? So that's what keeps me going. And honestly, just kind of competing with myself, you know? Like, oh, I can make something that's slap harder, that's better than this, that, you know. I use other people's music too that are on, you know what I mean, to motivate me, especially as a producer. I'm like, oh, I could produce that. No problem. Yeah, I'm gonna snatch this vibe real quick.
That's
And
what it is. It's not I'm gonna steal this, I'm gonna snatch this vibe.
I'm gonna snatch this vibe because that's what the people like. It's the vibe that they get from the record. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, yeah. I got some game for y'all too. Considering the whole thing that I said with the scale, right? If there's a scale that you like, or if there's a record that you like, and you don't exactly want to, you know what I'm saying, copy the record, uh, I go to ChatGPT and I ask Chat, what scale is adjacent of the record, whatever that record is.
Are you
And
saying what chord progression did they use? Because you can use everybody's chord progressions.
correct, but nah, I'm specifically scale. So for example, right, if Giveon had a song that was in G sharp minor, right, I could go to G sharp minor and use the same chords, or I can see what chord scale is adjacent to that, like literally next door, you know what I'm saying, and figure out my own chord progression using a scale that was similar, you know?
Collation. I know I might get sued for that because I get a lot of inspiration from when I'm learning other people's songs.
Mm,
And then I play like a specific chord progression, and then I play like a wrong note, and I'm like, ooh, what is this though? And it ends up being some like 7 or 11 chord or whatever, and end up putting it in a song.
yeah, that's what it's about. That's how I'm working a lot smarter than harder.
There's
Uh,
certain chord patterns and phrases that work that have worked throughout history. People have been using them for years. No need to reinvent the wheel. Use what already exists and make it your own.
right. And
Tell your story. Make the writing yours. Make that specifically uniquely you. But the music, that's just the language used to translate it to people.
right. That and templates. There
Mm.
are so many records that have the same drum pattern.
Oh yeah,
Create the drum pattern and templatize it. Then all you gotta do is go in there, play your chords, a different melody, add some other stuff, but templatize the drums.
I feel like the Bay Area has templatized the drum.
Man, no, for real, 100%.
There's a specific sound. We all use the same that three that dun dun dun. You
Yeah,
know what I'm talking about.
the Bay got the Bay for sure got its own sound, and I've been just
Some Bay
like
template beat. Is that what we're calling it now?
we could call definitely because
Whatever it is, as soon as I hear it, I'm like, hey.
get me off top. Yeah, Bay Area. We
Your
love
album had a few of those, just saying.
that.
I was like, see, people say the Bay doesn't have good rappers. I'm about to introduce y'all. There
Thank you.
are great Bay Area rappers. You just don't know about them because the algorithms. Blame your algorithm.
We gotta we gotta figure out this algorithm thing. Yeah,
Can you see like where your audience is? Do you have a big Bay Area audience?
that's a great question. I mean, you know what? I have not looked at my Apple Music for artists in a long time. So let me see. I'm about to pull it up right now. Let's see what's cracking. I've had listeners from, you know, a lot of interesting places. Damn, I haven't looked at this in a minute. I'm curious to see what this gonna say. Yeah, it's been a while. Let's see. Okay, allow. 627,
Some good stats.
627. Yes, trust. All right, let's see. Let's see. Lifetime data error. What the fuck? Okay. Uh, San Francisco, San
Hey, you
Francisco,
got some Bay love there then.
San Jose, Oakland, Fremont, and I got some people in, as Glorilla would say, Hurston right now.
I feel like that tracks.
Yeah, Hurston. Let me see. Mm, damn, Houston is a top city. I don't know who listening to me in Houston. Um,
Tour? You going on tour?
man, top countries: United States, El Salvador, Japan, Portugal, Australia. Um, yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's amazing.
It's pretty cool. I just released a project on August 7th, and it's doing pretty good.
Talk about it. Tell the people.
Yeah, it's called Back. It's the project is called Something Light, and it's two records on there. One called Back Up, and one called Wax On, Wax Off. You're welcome. Yeah.
We did it.
Oh, go enjoy that. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get cracking on a video for Wax On, Wax Off soon. But yeah, some bangers on there. Two of them, and I
That's
got a
great
whole.
to hear. And
I,
see, I didn't even know about this.
yeah,
Nobody told me nothing.
yeah. I did my thing on there.
Per usual.
My thing on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
got.
wait, who are your Mount Rushmore rap?
Ooh, this that question be just rocking me. Um,
Like when you were a kid, who did you look up to? Put it that
I'm
way.
not gonna lie. The first set of lyrics that I had in my binder, and I don't feel like I listened to this artist hella, but Nas. I had the lyrics for One Mic in my binder. I was just so fascinated by it. You know what I'm saying? Um,
That's how I felt about Tupac
yeah,
lyrics.
I had Nas one mic in my binder. I like Big Sean a lot. I don't feel like he get enough credit at
I can
all.
hear that. I can hear that.
Yeah. I love Kanye West. I don't. That's my dog.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Lil Wayne, big,
Mhm.
huge influence. Huge influence. Nobody can do what Wayne do. Like nobody.
He had like I remember I had a CD, you know those like rewritable CDs. I had a
Mm,
CD. It had 99 Lil Wayne songs.
mm.
Who has just 99 songs from like a 3-year range? Like those songs weren't all from different time periods. They were all from like a very recent time, and it was 99 songs.
And yeah, Lil Wayne is something else. Lil Wayne is something else. And again, can't nobody do what he do. Like the way he, puts his the way he puts his bars together, his breath control, like yeah, it's wild.
I can
Super
hear
wild.
it in your stuff though. That's why I asked because when you hear like when you hear people's influences, you can kind of like, yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. That's why he flows like that.
I used to get so excited when he would drop mixtapes. Like, are you kidding? I want to say Lil Wayne is the only artist where we're like, oh, we looking forward to mixtape Wayne. You know what I mean?
Mixtape Wayne
So
went crazy.
yeah, Lil
All
Wayne,
those songs were for mixtapes.
mixtape Wayne, Lil Wayne in general, Rick Ross,
Hmm.
Rick Ross go crazy. It's a really long list for me of rappers. A long list. I ain't got a Mount Rushmore. I have so many influences, and I don't.
What's an
It's so
influence
much
that you
music.
wouldn't expect? Like an influence from a different genre? Like who's an artist that nobody would ever expect to be on your playlist but lives on your playlist?
Mm, damn, that's a good question. An artist that nobody would expect on my playlist that's on my playlist. Wow. I'm not gonna lie, my rock playlist go crazy. But my rock playlist go crazy.
Old
Like,
school, new school, like who's
like
on it? You gotta tell people.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, Corn, Third Eye Blind, Linkin Park, Lit, Slipknot, Limp Bizkit, damn, um, Blink 182. Uh, hey, you know who go crazy too? Rage Against the Machine go crazy. Rage Against. Um, I think a lot of people would not maybe presume that I got Slipknot on my playlist. You know what I'm saying? Some before I
All the
forget.
diversity.
Oh yeah, before I forget. Uh, yeah, before I forget. That's a long ass list for real. Like, it's a
As
long,
it should be. Whenever people are like, "Who's your favorite?" I'm like, "There's no such thing as a favorite. Everything is my favorite."
for
You want me
sure,
to choose? Like,
man. And I got a one of my playlists that I put together for sure has been it's called Gangland. So it's a lot of, what I'm saying, L.A. music, a lot of gang member music. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't never ever lived the life that they live, but really, really dig the
straight out of Fremont.
free. Well, I was born in San Diego. I lived in L.A. up until third grade. We moved to the Bay Area going into fourth grade. So yeah, I got a little bit of this, a little bit of that everywhere.
I was
Um,
born in LA, but I don't claim it.
it is that for sure. Like, I grew up with my cousins out there. We was all under the same roof type shit, you know. So yeah, yeah. But the Bay's home. LA
That
is
is
for sure my second home. Belize is also home. So yeah, yeah.
Have you ever performed in Belize?
I have not.
I feel like that would be hella fun.
That would be. It ain't really like a well. I don't know this, but shit, I don't know what the hip hop demographic look like in Belize because it's more, uh, reggae, dance hall, garifuna, punta music. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Beach
Belize is crazy.
party festival, music festival on the beach.
You
Somebody needs to make that
can.
happen.
If I had the money to, I would organize a whole.
Music festival on a
Oh yeah,
boat. We could just
definitely,
hop islands and
definitely
land. Well, no, Belize is on land, right? It's not an island.
correct.
I don't be knowing. I need to
It's
look
islands,
it up.
islands around
There's
Belize.
islands nearby,
Yeah, it's islands around for sure.
but you're
Um,
near water. So,
yeah, yeah.
beach festival, please. We gotta plan that.
Beach Fest, Frank Alvin performing. Frank Alvin and friends.
There we go.
Mm.
Because then you're representing for everybody there, because that's your blood. Pull up.
You'd love it, and your money is worth double over there.
That's every other place other
Yeah.
than here. I love every other place. America is so expensive.
And expensive as hell.
Even even in Europe, our dollar doesn't go as far, but stuff in general is slightly cheaper, so it doesn't feel as insane.
Right,
Like you can still get some things at an affordable price.
right.
But here, no, not at all.
America is crazy. America.
Them is your people. Them is
And
not my people.
on me. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Are you working on anything special you want to tell the people about, or just what you've already released recently?
I'm working on a lot of things.
Go stream all that, by the way.
Yeah, I'm working on a lot of things. There's so many things I need to finish, but I'm in good places with all of them. And how I was mentioning creative capitalization not too long ago. I need to, get back into that space so that I can finish. So yeah, I do. I will be releasing another. I might be releasing singles for a while, and seeing what sticks. But then I'm like, damn, I kind of want to put together this compilation. But the thing with that is, people may not listen to your whole project. You know what I mean? They'll focus more on a single and digest that than they would digesting an entire project sometimes. That or
There's both things are true.
yeah, I agree.
Like if you put out one song, I'm gonna listen to that one song maybe once or twice, and then I'll be like, okay, what's next?
Hmm.
So if it's not a whole project, then it's like, okay, well, what do I do now? I have to go back and listen to other stuff. But like, yes, go back and listen to other stuff, but also attention spans. Can we just listen to a whole album?
But
I don't know. That's what made me fall in love with artists is listening to their whole album. I
mm,
feel like one song isn't always enough
I agree.
unless
Uh,
it's a certain kind of song.
right. The times we live in musically. Side note: I want you to know that I'm holding in some yawns right now because I'm trying not to
Wake up! You go make me fall asleep. I'm gonna
hold.
let you go soon though.
Holding in a yawn is crazy. Hold, bro.
That's what it looks like.
It might be up there with holding a sneeze. It
Don't
might.
hold a sneeze. You'll cry. I've cried. I just cry.
A yawn is different though. A yawn
No,
is.
I have like a thing in the back of my throat. Uh oh. I'm gone.
Where did she go?
Hold on, I'm trying to come back. I might have to mess up. I messed up.
Oh wow, I love getting paid. That was crazy. There she go.
Am
Hey,
I here? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Some Thai
Okay.
food sounds so good.
Ooh, I want some Thai food. Did I do it again? My bad. I keep unplugging it.
Got 18 terminal window.
Whatever. I'm doing a horrible job, but I will let you go. I just am so thankful that you took time out of your day to talk to me
Oh, thank you. I appreciate.
about your art. I appreciate you and I'm thankful for you. And I hope everybody goes to find you on every platform. Frank Alvin, um, your music slaps. More
I,
people need to listen to it.
I appreciate you. We got to get that record off the ground.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So
talk to Silky. I told him we need to put it out there, but I haven't done any of the back end stuff to make that happen, and that's
when
on me. I
when
apologize.
when you ready, I'm ready.
I'm always ready. I
We
just
go.
have to get my life together because I'm all over the place all the time.
You preach to the choir.
I'm trying to do better though.
Yeah.
Accountability.
Same.
We're working on it. We're gonna do great.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
But thank you. Go stream this man. Support this man. Support art. Support people with great things to say. He's got great things to say. Thank you for sharing those great things to say. He did spit a few bars in case you were
Hey.
tuning in listening. He did. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you
And
for
there's plenty more where they came from.
and thank you for the platform today and letting me talk to the people. So I appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. Have a good day.
You too. Mwah.